Yeah, please continue.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Romit. Please take your seat.
Thank you, sir.
Please give your introduction.
Sir, my name is Romit Sharma. I belong from Palapur, Himachal Pradesh. I have done my schooling up to matriculation from Palapur itself. Thereafter, I did my schooling at Chandigarh. Furthermore, I did my graduation from Thapar University in 2014. It got completed. After that, I prepared for civil services examination. Unfortunately, I could not clear the exam. This time, I prepared for engineering services exam, and fortunately, I made it to the interview stage.
That's good. What's your favorite subjects?
Thermodynamics, heat transfer, refrigeration.
Can you explain the vapor absorption system? What are the difference between vapor absorption and vapor compression?
In case of vapor compression system, we have a mechanical device in the form of a compressor to compress the working fluid from saturated, from evaporator to condenser. Instead of compressor in the vapor absorption system, we have a absorber, generator, liquid pump, and pressure reducing valve.
If we compare coefficient of performance basis, which one is better?
For coefficient of performance, vapor compression is better because we are working at higher pressure and higher pressure from the side of condenser and lower pressure from the side of evaporator as compared to vapor absorption system.
Summer air conditioning. Which parameters are controlled by the air conditioner?
We look at two important parameters. First is the dry bulb temperature and second is the relative humidity. For summer air conditioning, the dry bulb temperature should be around 21 degrees Celsius and relative humidity less than 40%.
Less than 40.
Because comfort air conditioning is around 25 degrees Celsius, dry bulb temperature and 50% relative humidity.
So,
What is the comfort condition for men and women in terms of temperature?
For women it is higher as compared to men. For men it is around 19 to 20, for women it is 22 to 23 degrees Celsius.
Okay. Is there any effect of age on
Yes,
comfort air conditioning?
yes. For aged people and for children, the comfort air temperature is higher as compared to adult male.
Okay. And which psychometric process has been used for desert cooler?
For desert cooler, our main focus is on humidification and reducing the dry bulb temperature. So process generally used is the adiabatic saturation process.
And what is adiabatic humidification?
Adiabatic humidification, that is the same process. So air is, when it enters the chamber, so it is unsaturated. We spray water into it. The water temperature is equal to wet bulb temperature of the incoming air, so that at the as the air makes exit from the chamber, the air as well as water temperature comes to equilibrium, that is equal to wet bulb temperature of the incoming air. Throughout the whole process, enthalpy remains constant.
Okay. In psychometric chart, which line overlap? Which two lines overlap?
Specific enthalpy and wet bulb temperature line.
Wet bulb temperature or dew point?
Wet bulb temperature.
Okay. In vapor compression cycle, we use a capillary tube. But in that air Bell-Colvin cycle, or we can say the reverse Bell cycle, we use expander. What is the reason for that?
Sir, the major reason is in case of vapor Bell-Colvin cycle, the air refrigeration system, the working fluid is air. If you were to use capillary tube, the enthalpy will remain constant, and according to Joule's law, temperature will remain constant. So it will not serve any purpose. For capillary tube, we have to reduce the temperature from condenser side to evaporator side using capillary valve in air compression refrigerant system. It will not serve any purpose.
Okay. Can you draw the pH diagram of subcooling of wafer refrigerant. It is a case of subcooling.
Keep it here.
Keep it here. Subcooling of vapor refrigerant.
Which diagram?
pH diagram.
pH diagram.
Pressure enthalpy. Input condition is that saturated vapor enter into the compressor.
Okay. And we are having subcooling.
You are having subcooling.
Okay.
Okay, now tell me the effect of COP. If in without subcooling and with subcooling, what are the conditions changed? Which parameters changed?
Compressor work remains same. The only thing is heat absorbed by the evaporator. In subcooling, the heat absorbed by the refrigerant will be more, so coefficient of performance will be more.
How the subcooling is achieved?
We can make use of a liquid vapor heat exchanger so that the saturated liquid coming out of condenser will get subcooled and saturated vapor coming out of the evaporator gets superheated.
So Romit Sharma. Romit Sharma. Sorry. Okay. Romit, you belong from Himachal Pradesh. Tell me the 5 specialty of Himachal Pradesh.
First is it is the second largest producer of apple in India, ranked second in terms of human development parameters after Kerala. Second state to achieve open defecation free status after Sikkim. In 2017 corruption survey carried out throughout the India, the state ranked least corrupt state, and recently upon a controversy in most of the graduate MLAs belong to this state. There was a controversy, some educators said to vote for graduate people instead of
Okay.
Tourism. Tourism. Main point.
Okay.
Next.
Okay, you mentioned in your tag that your hobby is learning Chinese
Yes,
language.
sir.
What is the difference between Chinese language and Hindi language?
Sir, Chinese language is based on the concept of logogram. The each syllable in Hindi language that is a part of a word. The syllable does not have any definition on its own. It does not carry any meaning. In case of Chinese language, each character it carries a particular meaning, and when added to other characters, it forms a sentence.
Okay.
It is quite similar to although undeciphered Harappan script. The single character represents a particular sentence or meaning.
Okay. Have you read any book of Chinese?
No, sir. I am just in learning stage.
You are on the learning stage. Okay. Name the state of India who started the first hydrogen powered train.
No, sir. I have no idea.
No idea. Which state of India started the right to health scheme for all its citizens?
No idea.
No idea. Okay. Which team won the National Kabaddi Championship 2023?
Iran.
Is India. Okay. In the technical part, what is the application of CPM and PERT?
So PERT we specifically use whenever we are going for a new project, research and development project we are focusing upon. While CPM is generally a repetitive task. We are carrying out a production work. We can apply CPM, but not for setting up a new production line. We have to use a PERT for that.
Any extra point? Apart from this?
One is PERT is basically probabilistic model, and it is event oriented, while CPM is activity oriented and it is based upon statistical methods.
Okay. What is the difference between laminar flow and turbulent flow?
In case of laminar flow, the flowing fluid does not have a transversal velocity component, any velocity component perpendicular to the direction of the fluid flow. In turbulent, we have both the velocity components in the direction as usual, but also in the direction perpendicular direction of fluid. So there is a transfer of exchange of momentum between the layers taking place in turbulent fluid.
Okay, one last question. How braking is done in ships?
Gas cutting, oxyacetylene gas cutting operation.
In ships?
Ships.
But for the braking.
Braking purpose.
To stop.
To
stop
stop
the
the ship.
ships.
Running ship को रोकना.
No, sir.
Alright, sir.
Mr. Romit, please tell me something about Kangra.
Sir, if we look at the history of Kangra, the state was founded by Katoj kings. The earliest ruler, it is famous for Kangra fort that is built by Sansar Chand Katoj. While again it is famous for tea plantation, and it has a long history.
What is the role of Kangra in development of the Himachal Pradesh or in India's development? Any role? Who is the governor of Himachal Pradesh right now?
No, sir, I'm right.
Okay. Tomorrow we are celebrating Gandhi Jayanti. So which Jayanti year we are celebrating? Can you name the company who developed 100% ethanol fueled car? Recently, our transport minister, Union Transport Minister, inaugurated.
Okay. No idea, sir.
What is the UG project? Topic of the UG project?
Sir, in internship, it was the
No, I'm not asking for
Final project.
Final year.
Whitworth quick return motion mechanism project. It's a demonstration.
Okay. How many candidates are there in your project group?
There were total of 4 candidates.
And what is your particular contribution in this project?
Sir, I was the leader of the group. So basically, I will say that all the major tasks were carried by me. Regarding other students, basically delegation of responsibility was done according to their expertise. So,
Okay. What is your internship area?
sir, internship I did at Bosch Jaipur for 6 months, and it was relating to synchronous production in plunger value stream. Basically, pull and push system. That's implementation, Kanban and all that system.
Can you please tell me the application of the Bernoulli's equation?
For example, if we have to measure the discharge using a venturi meter, orifice meter, we can apply the Bernoulli equation, making an assumption that the fluid remains incompressible through.
And another practical applications?
Open channel flows.
Turbine, please discuss things about turbines. Types of turbines.
There are, sir, 3 major types of turbines. First is they are divided according to their specific speed and the head that they are under which they work. First is the Penton turbine. It works head of 150 meter and above, specific speed around 30 and below. Second comes our Francis turbine. That is a type of reaction turbine. The specific speed is around 30 to 60 and works under head of 150 to 50 meters. The third is the comprising of Kaplan and propeller type of turbine. So they work under low head and high specific speed.
What's the difference of blade in steam turbine and hydraulic turbine?
In steam turbine, the blade has an airfoil shaped section, while steam turbine.
Sure. Romit? टेक्निकल में कई जगह तो आपने बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्म किया, कुछ क्वेश्चन पे आप नहीं निकला, बट जनरल अवेयरनेस हो गया, वेरी गुड. एकदम जो आपका इंटरव्यू जा रहा था ना ऐसे, वो एकदम से ग्राफ ड्रॉप हुआ. You have to do a lot. कब आपका इंटरव्यू?
Day after tomorrow.
आपको ऑल द बेस्ट ही कह सकते हैं।
नहीं, आप अभी तक सोर्स क्या था करंट अफेयर्स पढ़ने का, मैगजीन या न्यूज़पेपर या?
Yes, sir, I was reading newspaper, but I was not aware of these very peculiar things, very specific things. I was major news topics like Russia-Ukraine war. I studied about those things. Not these who came first along.
At least 6 months topics of current affairs, topics of national and international importance, चैम्पियनशिप कब हुआ, ICC टेस्ट कब हुआ है ना, इसके बाद आपका किस राज्य ने कौन सा नया स्कीम लॉन्च किया, प्रधानमंत्री जन धन योजना में 50 करोड़ अकाउंट्स खुले हैं, तो ये सब टॉपिक्स पूछे जा सकते हैं ना G20 से रिलेटेड।
Know your state, your hobbies.
गवर्नर ऑफ हिमाचल
गवर्नमेंट पता होना चाहिए आपको।
Your candidature is something different from others. वो आप जानते हैं क्यों?
Because of gap.
है?
Because of gap, I studied.
गैप में क्या?
Prepared for exam.
Which exam?
Civil services.
सिविल सर्विस। तुम सिविल सर्विसेज की प्रिपरेशन कर रहे थे और जनरल अवेयरनेस में वीक हो। हम इंजीनियर्स जो सिर्फ ESE की तैयारी कर रहे हैं, गेट की तैयारी कर रहे हैं, उनका हम मान सकते हैं दे आर लैगिंग इन टेक, ये जनरल अवेयरनेस। आपका नहीं, आपका तो एक्सेप्टेबल ही नहीं
जाता है, आपको तो बिल्कुल डेप्थ में बताऊंगा।
सिविल सर्विसेज
आप पिछले 4 साल से अगर दे रहे हैं तो इसका मतलब आप ये चीज़ तो पढ़ते ही पढ़ते हैं।
और जो भी चीज़ें मैंने पूछी है वो 2023 की है, उससे पहले की नहीं है, ठीक है, तो इस चीज़ को देखिए।
अभी
दूसरी चीज़,
टोयोटा ने कार लॉन्च करी है ना, ये सब चीज़ छोटी पता होनी चाहिए।
ठीक है, SpaceX ने अभी क्या सैटेलाइट जुपिटर 3 लॉन्च किया वो सब, प्लस आपका जो ये टॉप बटन है वो ओपन है और टाई नॉट प्रॉपर नहीं है ना, तो उसका ध्यान रखिए।
हाँ, ये चीज़ बंद होना
कॉम
चाहिए
प्रॉपरली, बालों को प्रॉपर कॉम करके जाओगे आप। एक और चीज़ जो मैंने नोट डाउन करी कि आपने जो आंसर दिया वो ठीक दिया, ड्रेसिंग सेंस भी अच्छा है, बट आई कांटेक्ट आपका क्या है कि एक ही पर्सन के साथ रहता है। आप इन बिटवीन द इंटरव्यू एटलीस्ट 2-3 बार नेचुरल तरीके से सबके आई के साथ आई कांटेक्ट करेंगे, सो दैट आपका इंटरव्यू एंगेजिंग लगे, है ना।
आपकी पर्सनैलिटी है क्लासरूम कल्चर ऑफिसर।
हाँ बिल्कुल, यू आर
आपको एक चांस दो कि वो आपको कंसीडर कर पाए।
भाई यूनिवर्सिटी मैकेनिकल के गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट हैं आप, तो मतलब एक एक्सपेक्टेशन लेवल बढ़ जाता है ना। अच्छा, अगर इसका रीज़न कोई पूछा कि व्हाई यू वांट टू स्विच फ्रॉम सिविल टू दिस इंजीनियरिंग सर्विसेज?
Because I, for past few years I have not been clear even the prelims stage. So
that's why I decided to switch.
Although my option was also mechanical engineering, so basically I can prepare for this exam, engineering services exam also.
चलो, जो भी बात कहो
कॉन्फिडेंटली आपको देना है ना कि सर इन द डीप ऑफ माय हार्ट कि मैं भी एक ES में एक रेपुटेड पोस्ट है ना, उसमें मैं भी
दैट इज मोर इक्विवेलेंट टू दिस, मतलब एक
इट इज
एडेड बेनिफिट्स के हिसाब से बोलना, ये नहीं लगना चाहिए कि वहाँ नहीं हुआ तो चलो यहाँ,
ये नहीं लगना
चाहिए।
सर दिस इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट रेपुटेड पोस्ट फॉर इंजीनियर्स एंड आल्सो कंडक्टेड बाय UPSC एंड मोर और लेस आई वांटेड टू बी।
जैसे आपने प्रोजेक्ट का बताया कि आई वाज द लीडर, वो चीज़ पॉजिटिव है, तो ऐसे इसमें कुछ पॉजिटिव रीजन ढूंढे, है ना।
टेक्निकल एबिलिटी को मैं यूटिलाइज कर रहा हूँ।
Since you were asking questions like one-liners type, which country won the world kabaddi?
Kabaddi.
Sir, I have the questions will be these specific or particular issue we are dealing with. For example, Russia-Ukraine war.
It depends upon the panel member. They can ask from any background. मैंने आपसे पूछा क्वेश्चन हाइड्रोजन पावर ट्रेन है ना, और हेल्थ से रिलेटेड इशू में कोई आपसे प्राइस से बारे में पूछ सकता है, कोई इकोनॉमी से रिलेटेड पूछ सकता है। अभी लास्ट G20 समिट हुआ, उसमें कौन सी कंट्री को इंक्लूड करा गया,
टेक्निकल अचीवमेंट इंडिया की
है ना, टेक्निकल
इसरो की अचीवमेंट हुई है ना, DRDO की अचीवमेंट्स हुई।
अभी हमारा लैंड वहाँ पे गया है ना चंद्रयान 3, तो उससे रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं। आप
इंडिजीनियस एयरक्राफ्ट उसके बारे में पूछ सकते हैं। HAL की बहुत
करंट अफेयर में जो नेशनल इंटरनेशनल इंपॉर्टेंस से रिलेटेड 6 महीने, एटलीस्ट 6 महीने के टॉपिक्स आपको पता होने चाहिए।
हाँ, थोड़ा सा
बेसिक्स आपके अच्छे हैं, टेक्निकल अच्छा है, बस आई कांटेक्ट का थोड़ा ध्यान रखना।
नहीं, प्रॉमिसिंग कैंडिडेट है, तो इसलिए थोड़ी सी
आपका ऑल द बेस्ट,
क्योंकि वो जो कॉन्फिडेंस और वो होती है ना ऑफिसर क्वालिटी, वो है
आपके अंदर।
इस साल क्रैक नहीं कर पाए, अगले साल करोगे। टेक्निकल तो अपना कंटिन्यू रखना ही, ये जनरल अवेयरनेस पे बहुत ध्यान देना, क्योंकि ये आपका ना डिसाइडिंग फैक्टर है। यही लैग कर जाते हो। आपने कहा नो में भी कॉन्फिडेंस रखा, लेकिन वो एक्स्ट्रा स्माइल दी, वो नहीं दी। मतलब उसमें आप अपने आप पे खींच रहे हैं। चलो ऑल द बेस्ट बेटा। अब 2 दिन के लिए तो बस अपना
रिवाइज करो, मिरर प्रैक्टिस
साउंड स्लीप लो,
ठीक है,
रात
और
में
1 दिन पहले अच्छे से सो के जाओ।
बढ़िया से अपना शेप करके। ऑल द बेस्ट।
पैनलिस्ट आल्सो वांट टू सेलेक्ट यू, तुम्हें चांस देना है सेलेक्ट करने का ना, इट इज़ यू हु ड्राइव द इंटरव्यू, इसलिए कॉन्फिडेंस में जाइए। ऑल द बेस्ट। ठीक है, आपको मिल जाएगा बाहर सारे फीडबैक और मार्क्स मिल जाएंगे, बाहर मिल जाएगा। ओके,
चाहते भी तुम लोग खींच ही लेते हैं।